guys have done a good job this week. And just like anything, when you go through a hard loss, and we're watching the film a lot and going through it, it's hard. It's disappointing that we didn't win the game against Notre Dame, but our guys battled, and we can build on that. Watching more New Mexico, obviously, since our last press conference. Man, it's a really, really good football team, man. And what I said about Coach Eck and his staff and their players, I mean, hats off to them. You watch the UCLA game, it probably could have even been more lopsided than it was at the end of the game. And they got after them in all three phases. You even look at when they played Michigan on the road, game one. I mean, that's a 2-score game late in the game, and that's a testament to those players and their coaching staff, the schemes they put them in, the mentality they play with. You see there's a physicality about their team on both sides of the ball that I got a lot of respect for. They respond to adversity really well. Like even sometimes an interception or something doesn't go their way, it doesn't rattle them. They stay on the attack, and that's what happens with a really good football team. So we know we're going to get New Mexico's best. It's our job to make sure we work our tails off to be our best too. And right now it's a huge, huge league game for both of us. And so excited for Saturday night in the blue. And going to need every bit of Bronco Nation to come here and be here, which I know they will. And our guys got to prep to play their best. And that's what my message to their team. Like, at the end of the day, men learn through pain. Men learn through pain. We've been through some pain this year. That could be in life. That could be in football. Now, stop touching the hot stove. Like, if you've been burned, at some point you got to learn from that pain and don't keep touching the hot stove. Don't keep making a mistake that has brought you or our team pain. And we got to learn and grow from some of the mistakes we made, coaches included. And I think we are. Obviously, we'll find out a lot more Saturday night. But a lot of respect for New Mexico. Really watched them. Obviously, since our Monday press conference, even more respect for them, their staff. They got really good football players. I mean, really, really impressed with their running backs. I mean, they got a slew of them. The quarterback, man, he doesn't get rattled. I mean, he'll step up in the pocket, take a shot, deliver a throw on the money. Their defense is really, really sound. So we got our hands full.
How have the players taken ownership of everything this last week?
We'll find out Saturday night, right? That's the beautiful thing about football is you find out a lot about yourself. You're judged on how games go. But being around them, how they practiced, they've handled it really well, right? And we'll find out how that looks Saturday night because we got to put that on display. But haven't flinched, frustrated, absolutely. Disappointed. When you put your all into something, you come up short. And we don't go into those games just trying to give it a shot, right? We're going in those games to win. When you don't, we all got to take ownership. It all starts with me, right? I got to do a better job leading this program than I have been so we can win those football games. But right now it's game number 6. And I told our team, regardless how Notre Dame went, you win the game, awesome. That'd been amazing. And we wanted every bit of that to happen. It didn't. Game number 6 is still the most important game of our season because it's the next one. And we're a process-driven team, and we're going to continue to focus on those things.
Knowing all your goals are still ahead of you, does that kind of make it easier to preach that message?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we don't talk a ton about those things, right? I've had those conversations with our players just to make sure they understand it. Are you doing what you're supposed to do with your daily process, right? Your habits and your daily process, because the outcomes will take care of themselves, right? I think I don't want to ever live in the space of, if you do this, that means you're going to win the rest of these games. We got to win Tuesday. We got to win Wednesday. What is that? My effort, my energy in meetings, in practice, when I go to class, how I'm in the community. Like, that's what I'm on with our team. When I meet with our team Friday mornings, so much of it right now is just talking about life, talking about how they learn and grow from opportunities, how you learn from pain, how blessed they are to be a part of this football program, how blessed they are to have a right to be on that field on Saturday night. So that's really my message to our team. At the end of the day, how they're doing, I'm really proud of the week they've had, but we'll see what happens Saturday night.
What about your message to the fans? I mean, obviously a lot of fans frustrated, and obviously the goals were so high based on last year and stuff. And how do you, I mean, like you said after the game, they point at you, they point at the quarterback. I mean, they try to blame everybody. What's kind of your message sitting here at 3-2 to the fan base?
Yeah, BJ, I mean, absolutely, as they should, right? I mean, that's what I love about Bronco Nation. Bronco Nation has high standards for this football team, as they should. We have high standards for this football team. And when you lose a game, lose 2 games, and you're 3-2, yeah, nobody's happy about that. Period, end of story. We don't run from that. And I take full responsibility, not because, that's what a head coach should say. It hurts my heart that we're 3-2 right now. Now every year's a new year, and I am tired of, last year. Man, that is last year. We are a completely different football team than we were last year. Positively, negatively, that's everybody's opinion. We just are. But we got to be better. And Bronco Nation, the support they've shown for us, and I know we'll continue to, it's my job to make sure we continue to play better and we represent this community the right way.
Is there a different vibe of practice the week after a loss, or is it? Because I was out there, it kind of seems like it's business as usual.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like I said, at the end of the day, guys, these are competitors, coaches, me, everybody on this team. You don't come to Boise State to lose. You don't come to Boise State to give it your best shot, and then whatever happens, who cares? Like, that's not our mentality here. And so when you come up short and you go through a painful moment, and we've had a few of those already early in the season, still 7 games left, and have had a few, it's hard. But you got to go back to work. That's life. As much as it's hard. And I have to model that for these kids every day. Like, I'm not going to come in sulking. I'm not going to come in angry. Like, hey, it's another day. God's blessed us with an opportunity. This life is a vapor. And I think for me, you see people pass away and you don't know how much longer you got. And so for me, every day I'm here, I want to have an impact on these kids. And every day I want to make sure we grow this program to the heights that I believe it needs to achieve and even go beyond. And we've lost some games that it's hard. And we got to continue to be better.
How do you think maybe you've fixed some of the pre-snap issues?
Yeah.
I know you can't tell until you're out
Yeah.
there, but are you confident that you got that done or in that direction?
Yeah, John, I mean, being honest with you, I mean, every game you go into, you're confident that of that week of practice, at least to date. I mean, even in our 2 losses, guys, and I've said this, I was confident going into South Florida, our guys were going to play their best. I was confident going into Notre Dame, our guys were going to play their best. Now, there's things to look at, penalties, lack of effort in some of these situations, not in Notre Dame, but in South Florida. And so I believe in how we practiced this week. We did a good job fixing some of those things. And there's a lot of other things outside of pre-snap penalties. We didn't get beat by Notre Dame just because of some pre-snap penalties. That didn't help, but we got to take care of the football. We got to take the ball away on defense. We got to eliminate more explosive plays. So there's a lot of things we got to work to fix, and we got to chip away at it little by little. And our team needs to grow. Our team needs to grow. And we need to be better week 6 than we were week 5.
Coach, I know this is not the same New Mexico team as years past. It seems like Coach Eck has breathed some new life into this program. You talked a little bit about it on Monday, but when you look at a coach like Coach Eck, what do you like about his style? What do you see that he's doing that makes that so effective to kind of turn around a program like that?
Yeah. I mean, this is not new to him, right? What he did at Idaho he did a phenomenal job at Idaho, right? And absolutely earned the job at New Mexico, and look what he's done in 5 games. I mean, hats off to him and his staff, and I mean that. I don't say that as we're playing them, so I got to kind of give them respect. Like, that is earned. Him and their staff has earned it. And when I watch their team, I mean, they play physical. I mean, on both sides of the ball, they play physical. I mean, UCLA, they had over 9 yards a carry running the football. I mean, that's impressive. I don't care who you're playing. That's a physicality that's built into them, right? I mean, that's all. On the flip side, defensively, they play physical with their front. They're going to slant and move, but they're I love that about their team. They play physical, and I love how they attack teams, right? With trick plays, funk, execution. They attack teams, and they have a lot of joy doing it. So, and being around him, not shocked in how they perform. He's a great dude to be around. Don't know him really well, but in our meetings, got a lot of respect for him.
Cage just crossed 2,000 career snaps, and he's committed 1 penalty in those 2,000 snaps.
Love that.
What is it about his process that limits that negativity?
Yeah, there's probably a lot of things, Jay. Cage is an elite human being. What do I mean by that? I mean, how he handles school, life, training room, weight room, practice, games. He's a process-oriented kid, and so when he performs the way we all watch, we shouldn't be shocked by that, because how he handles Sunday to kickoff is very different. Everyone wants to be like a Cage, but are you really willing to do what Cage does? And a lot aren't. And so I think a lot of it points to that. And he's just very grounded, right? He's got a phenomenal wife. He's grounded in his faith. Like, he's never too high, never too low. And so even in these games that everybody watches, and you have 12 promised a year, I mean, Cage stays like this. And I think that relates a lot. So performance anxiety doesn't really exist to Cage because of how he preps and how he trains. So 3rd and 10 in the biggest third down of the game with the nation watching, it's a rep he's practiced over and over and over because of his process.
Talked to Marco this week. He says he's taking self-paced classes this semester,
Mm-hmm.
and he's basically already finished his classes.
Yeah.
So that allows him the freedom to do what he wants with football. So I don't know, what does that just say about him? What type of example is that for you?
Yeah. I mean, you talk about Cage, Jay, then you bring up Marco. I mean, these are 2 guys that absolutely resemble who we want to be as a football team. I mean, Marco is a guy that I have the utmost respect. He's a captain. He's earned that. That's not my opinion. That's what his teammates voted on because of who he is. Cage, captain, voted on by his teammates because his teammates see him that way. Marco doesn't live two different lives. What I mean by that, how he is as a student, elite. 4.0, all the awards. But flip over to football, he's elite because that's all he knows. How he preps, how he lives his life. I mean, Marco, I go to war with Marco any day of the week, and I trust him through the roof, and so does his team because they see how he works, what he's been through, the injuries he's had to overcome. I mean, that's our guy, and we need more guys to step up like a Marco does.
Spencer, you got UNLV undefeated, your guys' record, Fresno, Utah State, San Diego State, New Mexico. Is the Mountain West this year shaping up to be a heck of a lot better than a lot of us experts thought?
Absolutely. I mean, I think year in and year out, the Mountain West is one of the top conferences around, especially on the West Coast. No questions asked, right? I mean, you look at these teams, I mean, what they're doing, the teams they've been able to beat out of conference too. I mean, you look at New Mexico, you look at some of these other teams, Fresno, Utah State, I mean, San Diego State, what they're able to do versus Cal, right? You look at some, I mean, it's a really, really solid conference right now. And I believe that's year in and year out. Year in and year out. And even some of the teams maybe a year ago that didn't perform, look what they did this offseason. And now they're playing really, really well. That's good coaches. That's really good support from their organization. So, I mean, the 7 games we got promised to us, every single one of those teams can beat us, no questions asked. I believe we can beat every one of them too. But right now we're zeroed in on New Mexico and we got our hands full.
On Monday, you seemed optimistic about Matt Lauder, and I know it's always next man up, but he's one of the best tight ends in the country after the catch. So what does he add to your offense when you have him versus maybe when you don't?
Yeah, Jay, it's huge. I mean, right now he's gonna play, which is a huge deal for our team. And not having against Notre Dame was big, but I mean, he's a pivotal part of our offense. He's a pivotal part of our team too. And as much as it is next man up, carry the flag, and I think Matt Wagner did a really good job on Saturday. You're a best player at Boise State for a reason. And that's why I talked to our team about you're one of our best players, heavy's the crown. Because that's how you practice, how you live, who you are. And when you don't have one of your best players, that affects you. Now, we have to do a better job making sure our whole team picks up those pieces when one of our best players don't. Because that's football. Injury's going to happen. Someone's going to be out and miss something. And that's across the board. But having Matt Lauder back is a big deal for our team.
Speaking of injuries, what's Breezy's recovery looking like? And also, I know that football is one of those sports you train year-round to be able to cut loose 12 Saturdays a year. How has this been on him? I'm sure that this is just super frustrating not being able to contribute. How's that been?
Yeah, Breezy's a great young man. It's been hard. I mean, last season, banged up pretty much the entire season. Even this off season's been hard for him. Missed a lot of fall camp. Hasn't been able to play a lot. Right now, I mean, he was able to practice last week. Was able to practice this week. I think right now it's just the reality and the hard part with injuries is when you are not able to go out there and perform, and the guys in front of you do a really good job. Now it's, can I break through and get reps in a game and continue to show what I got? So that's kind of where we're at with Breezy. Phenomenal young man, great teammate, and he's been competing to get on special teams and continue to chip away and get a role in offense.
So he's healthy to play. It's just kind of a matter of getting those reps.
Correct.
Okay. 1 or 2 more.
Along those lines, what do you need to see from the run game this week?
Yeah, we got to be efficient running the football, right? Like, it's not always going to be home runs. That's fine. But we can't start second 11 after running the football. When you look at the Notre Dame game, we rushed for 2.8 yards a carry. That's not efficient. That's not efficient enough. And so we got to believe, we got to stay with it. We got to stay with our run game, right? We got to be smart in the adjustments we make, but we got to stay with the run game. We just got to execute. And it's holistic, right? And just like if the pass game's not right, usually people point the finger directly at the quarterback. The run game's the same thing. It's holistic. What I mean, O-line have their job to do, and they have to win and establish a new line of scrimmage. Running backs got to do a great job with their vision and breaking tackles. Receivers, tight ends, and coaches putting them in really good situations and adapting to some of the fronts we're going to see. So we have to be way more efficient in the run game, and we have to stick with it because that's the mentality of our team.